Greetings in the name of Jesus Christ. It's the second week of October, and it's time for our second in the series of Vital Verses. Vital verses are verses, usually one verse, though there can be exception, that may or may not be a favorite verse, but is a vivid verse, one that is close to your heart and stuck in your mind, one that speaks to you, voices itself to you on life's journey. It is also sometimes an anchor and a spur verse. It anchors us in a truth, and it spurs us on to an action or an attitude. So today's vital verse is a well-known one and a favorite of some, Philippians 4:6. Not 4, 6, and 7. I'd like to do both of those, but just 4:6 today, which is, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition and with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. The Apostle Paul talking to the church in Philippi. Such a great book, the book of Philippians. Do not be anxious about anything. Easier said than done, right? So we live in an anxious time. And by the way, there's never been a time that wasn't somewhat anxious. Stress is a part of life, and it's normal. But sometimes we feel a little overwhelmed. We get in a place where we honestly just begin to worry in a way that is not helpful. So this happens to me often enough that this verse comes to mind and lives in me and corrects me and puts me in my place fairly frequently. I'm willing to admit that. I'll get in a situation where I'm concerned about something maybe with one of my kids or something going on at the church, and I will hear that voice, almost like an outside voice. Eric, do not be anxious about anything. It's like a declarative statement. No, don't do it. Don't go there. Don't let this get the best of you. Do not be anxious about anything, but rather in everything, by prayer and petition, present your request to God. In everything. And right there, it's a reminder that God is near always. Of course, God is transcendent, but God is as close as your next breath. And so talk to him. Talk to God. It doesn't have to be an eloquent prayer or a prepared prayer. Just, dear God, I don't know what to do with this situation, or God, help me through this right now, or help my friend, I am so concerned about them, or help my child, I'm really wondering what they're going to do with this, and whatever it is, help. And come from the heart and just talk to God. God is present. So don't be anxious. Just stop it. Declarative statement. Enough. Do not be anxious about this thing. Rather, in everything, present it to God. And of course, there's that little piece in there stuck in about thanksgiving. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and petition. And with thanksgiving, present your request to God. So that third piece, that with thanksgiving, is a reminder that no matter how fearful you are, no matter how anxious you are, no matter what is going on, there's always some room for some gratitude, and gratitude grounds us. Gratitude grounds us in the truth that we are creatures who owe thankfulness to the living God. There's always something to be thankful for. And we lose sight of that when we get a little panicky, we get a little over-concerned, we get worried, we get anxious. So stop it. Remember that God is near, and you can talk to God, you can speak your heart and mind to God, and be thankful. And lift those requests to God on a daily basis, anytime, any place. This is a classic, and I commend it to you. Philippians 4:6, do not be anxious about anything, but rather in everything, by prayer and petition, that means asking, and with thanksgiving, present your request to God. Then that other piece about the peace of God will happen in due time. I commend this verse to you in the second week of October, and I pray God's blessing on your walk with him, that you have vital verses that anchor and spur you in the journey of life. God bless and take care.